গালাগালি না দিলে কলকাতা রাস্তায় চলা যায়। কি ভাবতে পারেন পারে বলুন? আমার তারা আছে আর এই মহিলা তারপর প্রতিবন্ধী, সে আমার যাবে অফিস, বাবা যায় না। When I was growing up, there was no legal provision. In 1995, the first legislation on disability came up. Rights of persons with disability Act, which provided for education, rehabilitation, and employment for people with disabilities. However, problem was the implementation of the Act. In 20 years, we find very little work has been done. Cerebral palsy is a condition caused due to brain damage before birth, during birth, or up to 3 to 5 years of birth. When I was born in the 70s, even many doctors were not familiar with this condition. আমি দিওয়ালি দিন জন্মেছিলাম। আমার মা একটা রং দেবে, মা সেটা ডক্টরকে অনেকবার বলেন যে আমার বাচ্চা ড্যামেজ হয়ে যাবে, আমার কষ্ট হচ্ছে। আমি ছিলাম of the life, so it had to be cesarean, and the doctor was overconfident, and due to lack of oxygen, my brain cell was damaged. আমার বাবা মা বা আমার দিদিরা ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার তারা কখনো আমাকে বুঝতে দেন যে আমি আলাদা বা আমার কোনো ডিসেবিলিটি আছে। My family was my biggest support. I lost my father when I was only 10. My mother did everything from physiotherapy to finding a school to ensure that I do my studies. I had to be with the first school in the entire Eastern India which provided schooling facilities to children with cerebral palsy.
IICP began because of my son Arjun. Jeeja's family, who stayed very close to the Baliganj military camp where we set up our school, they came to see me. So she really was one of our first students, or I would say our first guinea pig.
She had these large eyes and this tiny little face. She was taking little flying steps. And she really was, to me, like a little fairy.
My friend had all different kind of challenges, including intellectual disability. But we were all treated the same way, and we helped each other. And I think this has helped me in future to respect and accept difference.
I just felt it was such a pity to keep a bright child like her within a special setting. And I was fortunate to know John Mason, who was the principal of St. James School. And he had met Jeeja on many occasions and was very impressed by her. And I asked John, it's a boys' school, but would you give her an opportunity to study in your school? And he was absolutely positive. So it took a little time to actually convince not only Jeeja, but her parents. But the wonderful thing about Jeeja is she has always been ready to take challenges.
After I got my RCSC examination, Dr. Kaur helped me to get admission in the marginal. There was no infrastructure. My teachers gave the ample opportunity to participate in discussion in the class, participate in competition, and which gave me the confidence. ये चला मैं सोच रही president the bandura adda. You could understand the vibe of the student body. The majority of the students had an independent mind, a different socio-political consciousness, high level of intellect. Residency college being an old college had no access when I was a student. So we had to run one building to the other building to attend classes. Now I wonder how I did it, and I feel perhaps I was out to prove myself because I had a disability. I had to adhere to certain norms, and also I feel somewhere that this girl with a disability, but she is doing what we are doing. She's no less than us. And that is somewhere.
Of course. And it hits hard. But you did have a boyfriend who didn't have a disability in college.
No.
Right?
And that created a lot of unpleasantness.
For you?
Yes?
Of having a boyfriend who is normal.
Normal. Oh God. I had a very bad experience with Adoor University regarding writer. I didn't want to study in Adoor University anymore. I left Calcutta next year to study in Delhi. It gave me great pleasure an honor to be here today. It's like coming back to my home, the dentist school of social work. They had a very significant role in my life. This is the first time I lived away from my family, and it was my first big step toward independence.
Along with her, when we used to eat together, we used to sing together, used to enjoy our days, every moment became very, very special. I explored myself, I would say, and through Jeeja, the journey has become so good till date.
Being a social work program, it entails field work and a lot of arduous work, a lot of mobility. But I think within the first 2 days of the orientation, she was there ahead in every activity, in every exercise, in every discussion.
She was one who would not allow you to have a cover in being overwhelmed. I mean, she would bring to you on the ground realities. Boss, I'm like anyone else. Deal with me like that.
My orientation to the social movement started from here. In fact, my interest in gender was started from this department. After I completed my master's, I joined IIT as a social worker, working with parents and working with students. I had a very bright batch of students who were then in their auditing, and they were really fun to work with.
প্রেমে আঘাত পেলে মলম লাগানোর কাজ তো জিজাটি করে, আবার কখনো প্রেমে পড়েছি মেয়েটাকে বলতে পারছি না যে কি করে বলবো, এটাও জিজাটি করে। আবার
জিজাটি সবসময় বলেছে rights come with responsibilities, and around the world certain groups are there who talks about rights of the people, but there are very few groups in the world who talks about right with responsibilities.
I did a training from advocacy in action in Nottingham. This was my first formal exposure to disability rights. After I came back, we formed our formal advocacy group.
বস্তির মধ্যে গিয়ে যেখানে এখনো অজ্ঞানতার অন্ধকার রয়েছে, সেখানে গিয়ে আমরা ছোট ছোট স্কিট তৈরি করতে শুরু করলাম, নিজেরাই লিখতে শুরু করলাম।
মানুষ যখন কথা বলছি শুনছে, দুজন মানুষ দাঁড়াতে চলে যাচ্ছে, কিন্তু যখন নাটক করছি বা যখন পুতুল নিয়ে কাজ করছি তখন অনেক বেশি মানুষ প্রশ্ন করছে।
মেট্রোতে গিয়েও আমরা অনেক অ্যাওয়ারনেস প্রোগ্রাম করেছি, আমরা সিআইআইতে গিয়ে করেছি, এখন বিভিন্ন স্কুলে গিয়ে ক্যাম্পেইন করা হচ্ছে।
I was really impressed about the access and the facilities, and this made me totally independent. It was really tempting. I went to stay back there, but one thing that made me come back, I thought, why can't India be the same? Why can't we lobby for the same access? I know it is a distant dream, but we can try.
Her work is not restricted to IICP. And about women's rights, she always felt very, very strongly about the girl child, about women. And her own thesis and her own work was on women with disability.
It had within that women with disabilities are somewhat more vulnerable and discriminated than the men with disabilities, and tried to do some work around disability and gender. Another issue which is of concern is disability and sexuality. Both men and women with disability are considered asexual. We are sexless. We are genderless. We become an object. Dichotomy here lies that on one end we are sexless. On the other hand, we are very vulnerable to abuse. These got me interested in human rights activism.
We were so impressed with her that we wanted her to join, and she agreed to join HRLN. And she worked with us for about 2 years. In these 2 years, she did some amazing work within HRLN. Apart from the work that she was clued into other social issues like women's issues, child rights issues, environment issues, she was focusing on disability as well. And in disability, she focused a lot on women with disabilities.
I'm here about human rights law network at my colleague Kiran. Or Kiran lawyer, I'm Kiran social activist. এইভাবে আমাদের আলাপ পরিচয়।
জিজা যেদিন জয়েন করেছিল সেদিন আমি অফিসে ছিলাম না। তার কিছুদিন দু একদিন বাদে আমি অফিসে গিয়ে দেখি অফিসে একটা নতুন মেয়ে রয়েছে। আমাদের অফিসের আরেকজন কলিগ বললো ও নতুন জয়েন করেছে, হাইলি কোয়ালিফাইড। আমি মেয়েটাকে কিন্তু প্রথম দিকে দূর থেকে দেখে একটু ঝাড়ি মেরেছিলাম, আরে বাহ এটা একটা নতুন মেয়ে দেখছি, দেখতেও বাচ্চা বাচ্চা, আবার একটু কীরকম অন্যরকম দেখছি কে। এবং তারপরে এবং সবচেয়ে মজার ব্যাপার লেগেছিল, আমরা যখন অফিসের পর বেরিয়ে যখন রাস্তায় দেখি ওকে, দেখে ফুটপাথটা ক্রস করার জন্য আমি হাতটা বাড়িয়ে দিয়েছিলাম ওর হাতটা ধরার জন্য, ও কিন্তু হাতটা ধরতে দিতে চায়নি।
She phoned me up one day and she told me that she met this guy called Nag, Bapa Nag, and I quote, "I think he likes me," close quote. She had got such a bad deal from a lot of society that she could not really believe that Papa was interested in her as a possible future wife. She couldn't take that on board. She created rows between herself and Papa and blamed him. This is true love. I remember those, they were bad days. They were bad days. It took a long time for her to recognize that I am a girl who is loved unto marriage by somebody who doesn't have a disability.
আসলে আমি তো খুব একটা ভালো মেয়ে না। আমার আগে বয়ফ্রেন্ড ছিল, somehow বাবার সাথে আলাপ হওয়ার পর I was very comfortable with him. ওর সাথে একটা আলাদা ব্রেন আমাদের ম্যাচ হয়েছিল। আমাদের একটা অন্য কেমিস্ট্রি।
বিয়ের আগে বিয়ের ডিসিশন নেওয়াটা কিন্তু আমার পক্ষে খুব সহজ ছিল না। আমার বাড়ির মধ্যে আমার যারা খুব ক্লোজ এরা কখনো কিছু বলেনি, কিন্তু আমার যারা একটু দূরবর্তী আত্মীয় স্বজন এমন বলেছে যে বাপ্পা এমন মেয়েকে বিয়ে করছে পাড়ায় মুখ দেখাতে পারবো না। তার ঠিক আগে বাবু মারা যায়, তো তার জন্য বলেছিল যে বাপ্পা এই বিয়ের ডিসিশনটা নিয়েছে বলে কাকার হার্ট অ্যাটাক হলো, কাকা মারা গেল। যে মেয়েটা সারা জীবন এতটা স্ট্রাগল করেছে, সুতরাং সে নিশ্চয়ই আমার ক্ষেত্রে, আমার স্ট্রাগলিং লাইফের ক্ষেত্রে একটা বড় সাপোর্ট হবে। এটা না, এটা এটা কানের ফুটোটা বড্ড গোলমাল আছে। দেরি হয়ে যায়।
Every step, every stage, every day of our life. Sometimes in a large way, when we go out in procession or file a court case or a PIL.
Shocking story of apathy now coming in from the Kolkata airport. A woman suffering from cerebral palsy was asked to deplane a SpiceJet flight. Reports say the pilot mistook the passenger for a mentally challenged patient.
We filed a court case. We already did enormous lobbying, dialogue with the DGCA. As a result, we managed to change the DGCA rule. Sometimes we do advocate in a small way where it's not very explicit. All about our positive attitude. It's about accepting ourselves and accepting the difference in others. I like the mingle in the crowd. I like the humdrum of life. And life has to go on. It will take its own course. And we have to move on. So let's go ahead. Start it now.